Just be a good woman. Just be a good wife. Loyalty, trust, honor, respect. Be that for your man. But they always think emotionally. They always let their emotions get the best of them. Women always let their emotions get the best of them. That's real shit. They always let their emotions get the best of them. And a woman's job is valuable. Don't get me wrong. A woman's job is valuable. Every time when they cook and clean, that's valuable. That's value. That's true value. That's true value. And I appreciate a woman that cooks and cleans for her man and her family with no complaints. That's what a woman's job is. That's what a woman's job is. A woman's job is to be her man peace because the man have to work. The man have to provide. The man have to protect his family at all times. So a man should never come home stressed. He should never come home stressed at his woman. That should never happen. That should never happen. Nope. A man should never come home stressed at his woman. A man should always come home with peace and love and food on the table. Men should always come home being loved, being worshipped as a king that he is, and food on the table. It is what it is. I feel like men deserve that shit. Men deserve that. Men deserve to be treated as a king at his own kingdom. But see, men today, men today, that's what up, Michael? What's up, man?
Yo, get a load of this guy.
What up, man?
How you doing, brother?
Shit, just chilling.
What you up
What do
to?
you think? Shit, just talking my shit before I go in my crib. Um, what do you think a woman's job is?
It depends on a lot of things. There's women don't just have one job. Men don't just have one job. Depends on the situation. Depends on the relationship. Depends on a lot of things.
Hold on. You're on.
Traditionally, a woman's
Uh,
job is to, if you're talking like the traditional sense.
no, 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 no. A woman's job. It don't matter if it's in a past or now. Us as men, because see, you're on a Me-Meechie Project live show, so we got to be real. A
I'm
woman's
being,
job. Like, what do you
I'm being,
expect? No, 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 no. Hold on, wait,
I'm
wait,
being
wait.
real, brother. I'm being real, brother. I mean, they
What do
have
you
different.
expect if you have? Okay, so do you have a wife?
I do not have a wife, but I know what I look for in a woman, if that would help answer the
Okay,
question.
all right, go ahead.
Okay. Uh, it doesn't matter if it's traditional or non traditional. Um, I look for someone who can provide in the opposite ways that I am providing. So if I am working my ass off and providing the money, then I want my woman to provide the cooking and the cleaning. But that is traditionally speaking, right? But now, like, let's say she's working. Like, you bet your ass I'm gonna cook and clean because she's the one pulling in the bread, right? Because like you know what I mean? Like, I can take care of the kiddos, you know, just as long as she's pulling in the money, right? So, it's how I look for my women is someone who's gonna be my teammate. You ever played fucking Warzone?
No,
You
but I
ever
played
play?
basketball.
Yeah, oh, basketball. All right. So like when you say you have your corner guard, right, or you got someone on the corner, right? You got you got that motherfucker. They're gonna pass you the ball, right? Like that's who I want to be my wife because she's gonna pass me the ball. She's gonna be my teammate. She's gonna be like there for me. You know what I mean? So like when it comes to that instance, like if now it would be nice, you know, it's going to be really hard in 2025 to find like, hey, babe, like my uniform has got a hole in it. Can you stitch it up for me? How many women know how to sew? How many
Shit,
women?
they should. They should know.
That's what I'm saying, right? But if they don't know how to sew and I know how to mow the grass, like you should probably learn how to sew. You know, and I'm not gonna hate you for it, not knowing, but I'll give you the chance to learn. You know what I mean? Like it's not like you don't have to have everything right off in the bat in the beginning of the relationship, right? You might not know how to fix a patch in the drywall, right? She might not know how to sew, but as long as you guys work together to figure that stuff out and become a family and it's really like the fundamentals matter, and then that shit comes after. You know what I mean? Like if I'm cooking, she should be able to bake like a cake or something, you know? You
So,
know,
so,
like if I'm
so you
cooking up like a
basically
5-star
saying,
meal, and like, it's just teamwork, man. That's how I look at
right?
it, man.
Okay, right. Okay, so you basically saying 50-50, right?
So now here's the thing. Now I love to say 50-50, but I've had a lot of conversations where people want to argue that 50-50 don't work out, 50-50 doesn't do this, whatever. No. What happens is if the woman's sick, she gets like an illness or something, just for like 2 days. Like let's say she gets like a common cold sickness. It should be up to the man to like then do 75%, 80% while she's only doing like 20%, you know? But then now let's say you get sick, you know? Now she should be the one picking up that that extra like 10, 20% while you're sick and down and out, you know? That's why it's like called a team, you know? It's like teamwork makes the what? You already know the
Like,
answer. It's dream work,
check this out.
man.
Check this
Like
out. Check this out. You brought up basketball, right?
Yeah,
Every
any team sport.
every check. Okay,
Any
right,
team
right, right,
sport.
right,
You
right,
know
right,
what I
right,
mean?
right, right, right,
Like
right,
in
right, right, right,
soccer,
right.
like if I'm a forward, I want my
This my
wing player. You know
right,
what I
right,
mean?
right, 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 right. This is the reply. Every team has a what? Like it's always the guy. It's always the guy, the man, the main star on that team.
Yeah.
So now with me, if I get into a relationship, or especially if I get married, that woman gonna know I'm the show. I'm the star.
So here's
I'm
the
the
thing. Here's the thing.
uno.
Here's the thing. Are you
I'm
ready
the
for this?
uno. I'm the uno.
Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? I'm all
Go
with you
ahead.
on that one because like I just like it's called being a man in my opinion. Like, but you have to be able to cry as well. You can shoot all the scores, you can make all the goals, you can be MVP of the team, but you got to be able to cry too. You know, you got to be like vulnerable. You know, at the end of the match. You know, like
Huh?
it's no like listen like you can be MVP, you can make the goals, you can score the shots, you can score 83 points. But like you got to be able to go to your woman, not your boys. You know, like your boys don't need to be knowing you're crying and shit. But like you got to go to your woman and be able to be like a little cuddle bug, right? But only 10%, not 100%. Don't be a pussy. But like you gotta you gotta give your woman like 10% emotion rather than just being 100% logical and factual, right? Now on the flip end, they also have to be 90% emotional and 10% logical and factual. If they don't have that logical and factual down, then you're going to just butt heads and you're not going to see eye to eye. And it's not going to be a teamwork. It's going to be a fight. It's going to be multiple fights. It's going to be arguments. It's going to be a whole bunch of bullshit, right? So, like, for me, if I have a woman that's there and she's assisting me in making those points, like that's my girl. You know what I mean? I don't want someone who like I don't want a Caitlin Clark. You know, like other men might want a Caitlin Clark. She a badass. She be making those threes. She be making a shit ton of fucking points. But I don't want that. You know what I mean? It's all more power to her. You know, she's a great girl. She be fucking just dominating in women's basketball as a white lady. You know, but like that's for the other men. You know, that's like when people ask me, they're like, "This some red pill shit." That's fucking crazy. Hey! The Matrix goes hard. All right, red pill, blue pill. Which one you want? No, but no, like people always ask me like these types of questions, and I basically always have the same answer. You know, like I'm looking for my teammate rather than the one true love because someone who's going to be there for me till the end of the season is and helps me score those goals. We both get the win, you
That
know?
don't exist anymore, though. Women are fucking 304s.
You know?
Facts.
No, you know,
Facts.
but so are
Until
men
I
now.
can listen, hold on, no. Let me just say,
Yeah.
until I can smack a woman for talking back, it ain't gonna fucking work out now. Like we're at the point in humanity where we need to go back to smacking women.
No,
It's come to that point.
okay.
Let's go. Let's go.
I I that's like where I'm going to have to disagree. Like
Well, then you're
I get
fucking
I
fucked.
respect that. I respect
Like
that. I respect that.
women are out of fucking control. They think they can cheat, and it's just tee hee hee funny things. Like if I come
I
home and
get you.
find my
I
wife,
get you. I totally get it because I had an ex fiance.
I'm
She
gonna
cheated on
shoot
me,
him,
right?
and then I'm gonna shoot her.
But you know what? You know what? I just went. So I had an ex fiance 2 years ago, and she cheated on me with like multiple different guys, and I found out on the third one,
Why did you
right?
hang
But
her?
guess what? Like I, it was kind of like my villain arc or whatever, right? Whatever you want to call it. And I became like such a better man after she was a piece of shit, right? So it doesn't like it says a
Come
lot about
on,
your character
Michael. Come on, Michael. Like you did. So
when you
you as a
stoop down to
man,
their level. You know what I mean?
you
Like
had that
you don't
right to
have to
like
do that.
slap up a little bit, just like You should like slap up a little bit, just a little
The
bit.
only
Slap
time I'll
up,
hit my
just a slap
girl
up.
is on the ass
Listen, these
in the
bitches were
bedroom,
not. No.
or on
These
like
bitches
you
were
know
not
what I mean.
disciplined.
Like I'll slap the shit out of it in the bedroom, you know,
I'll smack her in the fucking kitchen. I'll smack her in the car.
on the ass, you know,
Smack
like
her in the fucking face
you
in
know.
front of
I'm
her
not
parents.
gonna
They
like.
did. They were the ones that listen. They didn't discipline her. I'm going to.
There we go, Gus. Talk that shit.
Yeah, I'll argue this all day, brother. Like
Yes, sir. I feel you.
there's there's
Women
there's a
deserve
line,
at this point.
and it's like okay.
We'll go one,
Put
two.
it,
What
put
do
it
you
this way,
say?
like
Let me
if
ask
you
you.
want to
Hold
get your
on,
woman
Army boy.
One
line,
at a
Army
time.
boy.
One at a time. One at a
Army boy.
time.
Let me ask you a question, Army boy. What do you call a woman who has two black eyes? A woman who didn't listen the first time.
okay. Listen, all right. There's
You just caught it.
no. Listen, it's called do you know what a positive sanction versus a negative sanction is?
In what regards?
In everything in life, in general.
Why don't you explain it to me?
Okay,
briefly?
negative sanction. Okay, so I'll explain it to you with like dogs.
Sure.
So a positive sanction
you're
and a
talking
negative
about
sanction
positive
with dogs.
reinforcement and negative reinforcement.
Yeah. Those are called sanctions,
My
right? So
bitch
like,
isn't an animal. Hold
so
on,
like
no.
you're the type of person, right? So you're the type of person that's going to slap his woman to get her to do
absolutely.
things. Those are called negative sanctions or negative reinforcements, right? I would much rather have a woman that gives me that alley oop, you know, and then get her flowers. You know, that's
Women
gonna
don't give no man no alley oop no more. Women give men.
They do if you get them flowers, brother. They do if you get
So like
them flowers,
Michael,
brother.
you represent the blue pill and Gus represent the red pill.
No, I represent the Aryan pill, white power.
Oh, well, you a different
They
type of okay.
I'm a different breed, yeah.
positive punishment is crazy.
No, it's not. It's the way humanity lived for 2,000 fucking years, and it worked. And only in the last 100 years we decided bitches needed voting rights, bitches needed autonomy, bitches needed the right to choose. Look where we're at.
And that's the white man fault. That's the white man
no,
fault.
it's the fucking no. It's
That's the white
Jewish-
man
Yeah,
fault.
I'll go
Keep it
fuck
100
myself
now.
there.
Keep it
BT.
100. That's the white
I'll go
man
fuck
fault.
myself there.
That's
BT.
the white man fault.
Meechie,
One at a
it's
time. One at
Jews'
a
fault.
time.
Meechie,
One at a
it's
time.
Jews. Yeah, all right. It's the Jews' fault, not white men. Let's be real for a second. What part of society is pro-white? I honestly, where is pro-white in the society? I can tell you, they're passing laws to protect the Jews from criticism. Y'all can sit here and say fuck white people all day long, and you won't get banned, you won't get arrested, you won't get thrown out
I
of
respect
college.
white people. I respect white people.
No. I get it, but listen to the point. You can say that, and you won't have anything negative happen to you. But the moment you mention little Moshe the banker or the fucking baby penis sucking little kike, you're getting fired from your job. You're losing your bank account. You're losing everything. We need to finish off the Jewish race. They're a bunch of pieces of shit. And if we start World War III, I'm holding Jews in America personally responsible. And I'm gonna kick their kids in their fucking throats.
Yo, Meechie, I am not drunk enough for this shit, brother.
Death to the Jewish people.
Okay, Michael, like you was finna say, what you was gonna say, bro?
I said I'm not drunk enough for this shit. You heard me? I could be the
I mean, you
whitest
signed
guy.
your life away to the Jews. Me and my friends call people like you
I need,
Zogbot.
yo, Meechie, like you feel me? I need a few more black miles and some and some shots before I be having these conversations.
Take your time, bro. I got all night. Take your time.
All right, I'll join back later because I'm a smart guy. You talk to me for a couple hours, but like this is like
I feel
Just
you.
go enjoy fighting
All right.
for the Jews. Enjoy Iran. You're going to war, bro. You signed on the dotted line to fight for Israel.
no. I signed to protect you and him.
Yeah, but you're not,
and
though.
everyone
You're
else.
dragging me into war. You're going off to fight for Israel.
No, I'm not dragging you into it. I'm protecting you. And before
You're not
you even-
protecting shit. I'm gonna fucking, like, hang a Jew. When you go off to fight in
Okay.
Iran, I'm gonna hang Jewish children.
I
don't care.
picked up arms to let you
Well, go fight
like
for the
have that
Jews.
thought process.
When you signed on the dotted line, that dotted line spelled Israel all the way across. It was just too small for you to see.
Okay, as someone who's
You're off
in,
to fight for Israel.
I
Hey, fuck the military.
am
It's
fighting for you to
disgraceful.
be able to have that right and have
No,
that
you're not.
comment.
No, you're not.
Yes,
If you were
yeah, I
fighting for
am.
me, you'd be fighting in Washington, D.C. or L.A., and you'd be taking out the Democrat Jewish
Those
politicians.
those are that's
If
why
you
we
were
have the
fighting
National
for me,
Guard.
you would be going after Jewish politicians. You would not be going off to fight wars for the Jews in Iran.
Jesus
Fuck the
Christ.
military. Fuck the
Yeah, I'll
Jews.
catch you later, Michi, dude. I'll catch you later.
All right, bro.
Well, because white men are superior all the way around. Like, we are like the dating pinnacle.
See,
We
but
treat
see,
women the best.
but see, you have to. When there's a good, there's a bad. But you got to be honest. I feel like white men in America, they have softened America because we had a woman run for president.
Jews. Now, I'm telling you right now, man, what you think is white people, like, what you think is, like, problem of white people, I promise you, it's Jews.
So
White
you
people are
saying?
ready to start hanging people again. Like,
So
I'm
you
part of
saying?
the Ku Klux Klan.
Hold on, what?
I joined it. I joined the Ku Klux Klan after 2020.
Hold on, time out, time
I'm
out, time
telling
out,
you,
time out, time out, time out, time out.
white people ain't the same that you think we are. It's the Jews that are soft. We'll fucking hang you.
Uh, so
White
you're a
people ain't
part.
what you think we are.
So like, what kind of white you are? Like a racist or KK white?
Yeah, I'm a pro white racist. I believe in my race and my race alone.
But why you on a nigga platform though?
Because you're part of my society, unfortunately, and you have to be talked to. And I am doing it with a bit of respect, I would say, even though I have my opinions. I haven't
But
dropped the hard ER on you yet.
but you want to hang me though?
I would give you the option of deportation first, and I wouldn't say you specifically. You haven't done anything, but Jews, I would love to see
Appreciate it.
Jews coast to fucking coast. Like, I
As
don't
long
think a
as you,
Jew has a right to live anymore. Like, I'm at the full point of, like, we need to go full extermination on the Jews. Everything you blame white people for, the softening of my country, the weakening, the open borders, the this, the that, the corporate fucking monopolies, the mistreatment of workers, the privileges. It's all fucking Jews, bro. When you guys were screaming down Main Street in 2020, fuck white people, end the white privilege, end whiteness, all this other shit, it was not a problem. They did not try to institute anti-white laws that were like, you can't say this bad thing about white people, otherwise you go to prison or lose your scholarship or this or that or get deported. You can't say this bad thing about white people, otherwise you go to prison or lose your scholarship or this or that or get deported. Jews and Zionists, that's when they're like, if you say this on a college campus, you'll lose your scholarship. Well,